Hi, Darpen. This is Christina, and I really apologize if I completely got your name wrong. I'm terrible with names, so I really apologize if I did completely get it wrong. But so this is a video that I was mentioning about in the group on how to improve your online presence. I did a little bit of research. I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in. So as we know, let me see here. That's what I did a search here. As we know, any consumer, if they're looking for a product or a service, they go to Google and they type in a keyword in the search bar there. And for example, your future client would be typing in Nutrition Coach Canada, for example. Now, when we see a location at the end of that, whether it's a city like Ontario or a state, country, that tells us that that is a local consumer looking for a local business or service or product. So they have that higher buyer intent because they're really narrowing their search to their local area. Now, this is something that I advise, and just is just my suggestion, when a lot of businesses, when they're trying to focus on that kind of like nationwide outreach or country outreach or even statewide, I really inform them to focus on also, while they're doing that as well, to focus on their local area. So any high populated area that they're near, I mean, you're in Ontario, so that's a high populated area, but also some other ones as too, is like Vancouver, Montreal. And this is something I'll show you that you can do on your site to really help broaden your customer outreach. And the reason for that is obviously within those high populated areas, you're going to have consumers that are looking for your type of service. And it's a little bit easier to rank within those search results while you're also focusing on that national scale as well. So that's just my recommendation. So that's why when and it's called local SEO. So again, whether it's Ontario or Canada or Vancouver or Montreal, that's really something that I advise, right? Because it's a little bit easier to kind of reach those consumers while you're kind of doing a combination of both that national scale, if that's something that you're interested in doing. Now, this section right here is what we call organics. Now, these are websites that have Google's requirement of 1,500 to 2,000 words of content on the homepage, and what drives that content are the keywords within it. So as we see, like nutrition, right? Nutrition coaches, whatever. And as we see here, like Canada, right? Well, that's Indeed, but you get the idea, right? So whenever Google sees those keywords within the content, they know how to rank the site. And the more content you have on your homepage, the better, because then Google stays on your site longer and then you're indexed for more keywords. So there's Google bots and they crawl websites 24/7. And again, the more content you have, the longer they'll stay on your site. And of course, the more content you have compared to your competitors, the better, because that really helps outrank them as well. So that is definitely something I recommend, because when I looked up Nutrition Coach Canada, even Ontario, you did not come up within the search results. So really advise getting content with the keywords within it would really help you get indexed on this site. And you do really want to, it's ideal to get on the first page of Google, because 98% of consumers do not go past the first page when looking for a company to contact. Now, these are ads down here, and they're great to run, but really important to get within. And these are ads up here as well. Really important to get within the organic listings, because that does get you the most visibility. Okay. Now, whenever I looked up your site, or your program, because I did see that your website gets directed to like your market that you have, I wanted to see if you came up just as far as like the search results, and you did. And this is your Google business page, obviously, and this is really great to have. Typically, whenever I would do a search, right, Nutrition Coach Canada, that's what would come up first. And majority of the people reach out to people that are in that Google Map Pack or have that Google business profile, because they see the reviews, right? So you are the most visible, and you will get the most clicks, and of course converting to new clients, obviously. Now, something that you can do to really optimize your Google business profile is to get a business description on there. So you do have one, just make sure it's 700. Well, you do got a good amount on there. Typically, Google likes to see 750 characters. I would try to get some keywords in there. Now, the only reason why I was looking up nutrition coach, that's just one type of keyword. Of course, there's nutritionist, right? Or nutrition program. And of course, you can do Ontario versus Canada. So there's a wide range of different variations for keywords and buyer intent keywords. And there are some that have more traffic than others, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. Now, like I said, so get some keywords within your description, respond to your reviews, okay? And also make sure that you are doing weekly posts with photos, whether branded, any like testimonials, but make sure you do weekly photos and have those photos geotagged to your area, okay? And that'll really help get within that search result there, because also too, your Google business page is tied to your site, and I don't actually see it here. So I would definitely put your website URL there, even though it is your market. It would help you come up within the search results for people that are looking for your market. But then again, I don't know if you have a separate one for your market now that I'm thinking about it. So maybe this is one just specifically to your program. And of course, this is just information. I'm just going off of what I've noticed. Obviously, we haven't had a discussion, so I really don't know what your direction is. I don't know if you want to create a separate website for your like your nutrition programs, or you mainly just want to keep it on your market site. So I'm just kind of going with what I found here. Okay, so going to your website here. Now, obviously, this is your market website, and a separate page where you have your nutrition counseling, okay? And looking at just this page alone, you do have a good amount of content. It's just you don't have the keywords within it. As you see here, these are keywords, but they're definitely like national keywords. You want to hone in on like weight loss counselor Ontario or weight loss counselor Canada, right? So that'll really help narrow down to get your local consumers. And again, those are a little bit easier to rank for. And again, they do have a high population, so you're going to get more visibility overall. Now, something too that I recommend would be to see, that's what I'm not sure. I don't know if you want to create a completely new website for your program, because what I was going to say, and you could do it here as well, just not have it visible, is have a back page here where you would have content for each high populated areas within Canada. So like Montreal and Vancouver, and again, high populated areas, but you would come up within the search results for people that are looking for this type of service, right? And again, that really helps broaden your customer outreach. And of course, you want to have content with those keywords, okay? Now, taking a look at the behind the scenes to your site. Now, obviously, this is going to probably be the data that's going on to your site as a whole. So mostly your market, right? And as you can see here, this is the amount of people that's going to your site every month with the keywords that you have on your site. Now, whenever we look at just your nutrition counseling page, as you can see here, you do have one keyword, that Ottawa Nutritionist, that does have a decent amount of volume. It's just you're in the 46th position. So again, you would really want to get that keyword on that page a good amount so that Google can index your site for that. And this shows me, this is a low number, so that shows me you'd be able to get in that top position pretty quickly. Now, I just want to show you an example of, now, whenever I did a search for, I think it was nutritionist or maybe even wellness coach or health coach, because health coach is a definitely high traffic, health coaching, high traffic keyword. And when I did a search for that, this website came up. Now, I just want to show you an example here. As you can see, the website is absolutely beautiful, right? But look at the traffic of the site. No title, right? So I just wanted to show you that it's great to have a beautiful website, but having that SEO, having those keywords on there, that's what helps you get that visibility, right? You get that traffic coming to your site and converting to new customers, okay? Now, I did a search for Nutritionist Ontario, or maybe it was Nutritionist Canada, I believe is what I looked at. And this is a website that came up. Now, they look like they're really dominating that search page, so I wanted to bring up their site just to show you some of the data that's going on, mainly the keywords, because that's really important. That's what takes a lot of research on what keywords are really beneficial to get on your site so that you're able to get that visibility, right? Now, looking at their site, I mean, overall, it's a great site. This is what I mentioned about doing the back pages, right? So obviously when you click on it, that's where they would have content and then the various keywords within it. Okay, that's what I mean by that. And you don't need to have this visible. It's not for consumers to look at. It's just mainly for an SEO, Google indexing your site standpoint. Now, as you can see here, this was something I was going to mention about if you wanted to do a separate website for your type of programs, your nutritionist, wellness type programs, is to have a service page. So these are all back pages. And obviously they have them targeted for the type of condition, right? So these are like pain points of what people are searching for. And then ultimately you come in the search results and they find you and you're their solution, right? Because as you can see here, like disordered eating, postnatal nutrition, right? So that would be my recommendation. That will really help broaden your customer outreach to get more traffic, essentially, again, converting to clients, is to have separate back pages for each type of pain point, right? Or each type of condition, to where you would have content, have those keywords, right? And I'll show you in a little bit by what I mean by that. Okay, so as we can see here, they get a lot of traffic, right? They have a lot of keywords on their site. Now, the thing about looking at the data, which is so wonderful to look at what's going on behind the scenes. Now, this number right here, this is their trust factor with Google. These are both on a scale of 100. That's okay of a score. But this right here, these are essentially shout outs from outside sources such as websites, directories, blogs. And essentially they would have a website URL and then get directed back to your site, right? So, and in your case, a lot of like the blogs would be really beneficial. And some are spammy than others. Some are more authoritative. We really focus on the ones that are authoritative because that brings power to your site and that gets this number kind of beefed up, right? And the fact that this number is pretty low and this number is kind of on the middle scale, I feel we'd be able to outrank them pretty quickly by just getting your site kind of optimized. Again, if that's something you're interested in. But taking a look at the keywords that they have on their site, this is what I really wanted to look at. Now, I did kind of, because there was a lot. There's probably 40 pages of keywords. I wanted to just narrow it down to nutrition just to see what they had. And as you can see here, online nutritionist, there's a lot of volume there, right? And that's every month. Now, they're in the 11th position. This number right here shows me that's pretty difficult to rank. I mean, it's possible. It's just going to take some time. But there's other variations that are completely easier to rank for quickly, like nutritionist online consultation. That's high traffic, right? They're in the 5th position. That's kind of on the lower scale, so that'd be a little bit easier to rank for. But there's a lot of different ones. I mean, that's a really high volume there. But again, that's kind of numbers on the high scale. And as you can see, they're all bolded, right? Different keywords that have decent amount of volume. And again, every month to where you would be able to get that traffic to your site if you were ranking for those keywords. Now, the one thing that I wanted to mention to you about Postpartum Nutritionist. This is where I mentioned about the pain points or the conditions on why somebody would be searching for your type of service. Look at that, 600 people searching for that every month. And this number right here is very much on the low scale, and you would be able to rank for that if that's something that you would want to be interested in. I really highly advise really getting that keyword on your site. You would be able to rank within that very easily and really get that volume going to your site, so essentially converting to new clients and growing your business. So I just wanted to show you some suggestions on things you can do. I hope you found this video helpful. Have a wonderful day. Take care.